glory to a thing or something like that, and so that's giving it power.
No, so an altar is basically a portal that you've created, that becomes like a landing ground for supernatural transactions to happen on. Um, that's literally what an altar is, because it's like you go, a lot of times, there is structure, it's built in different ways. So sometimes you can kind of set it up. Like if you look at when, I think it was Elijah when he built the altar versus the prophets of Baal, and then he put like the water around it. So basically he built it to where it was kind of like a raised platform, kind of like when you go to church and go up to the altar, sometimes it's a little bit more raised than the rest of the where everybody else is sitting. So it's kind of like a designated area or place where worship and sacrifice has happened. And because worship and sacrifice has happened in that place, it now opens up a portal to the spiritual and supernatural realm. So now you can transact business between the spirit realm and the natural realm on that place. That's what an altar is. So that worship can be demonic worship and sacrifice, or it can be holy worship and sacrifice.
So if someone, for instance, is a TV buff and they're constantly watching TV, which has become an idol for them, would you say that that area where they watch TV has also, even if it's from their laptop or their, some device like a phone, that area has become an altar because they've come into a place of, okay, so,
If if you're continuously doing something, watching a specific thing from that device or in that place, yeah, that place becomes an altar. Same thing with if somebody is, sitting at their desk on their computer and they're, constantly worshiping there, listening to worship music, praying in tongues. Yeah, that place, that part of the room can become an altar. Even the same thing with somebody's watching porn or doing something demonic. That place also becomes a portal for those spirits.
Yeah, I was going to ask that next. So can you have multiple altars at the same place? Because say if someone uses that, especially with having smart TVs, uses that TV to watch television programs, but they're also watching YouTube videos from that, and they may watch, things for spiritual increase, for worship, but they're also watching secular programs or the news or something. Could there be multiple altars?
No, it would still be the same altar. The only difference is it would whatever you person watches the most. There would be, what's there, or there would be a war between, if you're, let's say, if somebody's watching, I don't know, preaching in the gospel 1 second, and then the next minute they're watching, I don't know, pornographic material or something out of the same device or the same computer. Now you have, like the spirits that's being released from each thing, almost kind of like warred against each other on the same altar. But it doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's whatever's done there the most. That ends up being the predominant spirit that's released, on that altar.
Okay, and so as far as the altar was concerned with him, he wasn't aware, and I would imagine there are a lot of cases where, bottom line with altars, you can be ignorant that you have raised an altar, and you can also know that you've raised an altar. So you don't necessarily have to be aware, just like with our dreams, that you've raised an altar.